Time now to meet Scruff, the bionic buzzard.
Yeah, this is a fantastic tale, this one.
Buzzards are the UK's most widespread bird of prey, and once chicks have fledged, they'll spend a number of months learning from their parents how to fly and glide along currents of warm air, scanning the ground below for prey.
So, what happens if a chick is orphaned or abandoned? How do they learn the skills to survive? Well, for a buzzard, something like this.
In Abergavenny, paraglider and falconer Martin Cray has spent the last 18 months being a surrogate parent to a young abandoned buzzard.
Good lad.
So, Martin, who have we got here?
This is Scruff, and one of the farmers just brought him round in a box and said, look what I found in a field. He was being beaten to death by the crows and the other buzzards. So I thought we'd just feed him up and let him go.
Yeah.
But his feathers were a right mess.
Having rehabilitated birds of prey before, Martin knew what he'd have to do. But unfortunately, Scruff had a few other problems. He had a nasty mouth infection.
Yeah, that doesn't look great.
Which was stopping him eating properly. So, while he was recovering, Martin did his best to build up his strength.
You've got to learn to stand on there, my friend. Come on, bud. Good boy. That's it. That's it. That's lesson one.
The next stage was to get him to fly a short distance from a perch, but he continued to struggle.
It's now been, I think, 2 weeks, maybe nearer 3, and he's just about coming the length of the garden, but he's really taking his time about it.
Now, that's not right, is it?
Having trained birds before, Martin didn't understand why Scruff wasn't flying.
I couldn't work out he didn't have the muscle and what it was, but he could do 2 foot off the ground and land.
OK.
It soon became clear that there was a problem with Scruff's tail feathers, which act like a rudder when flying.
So the problem was they just kept breaking off. They get a thing called fret marks on them, which is a lack of nutrition or a disease creates a weakness in the feathers. And actually all the feathers support each other. So as soon as one of them's gone, the ones next to it go, and before long he'd lost them all.
So Martin had to get a new tail built for Scruff. Using an old falconer's technique known as imping, new feathers are attached to the broken part of the tail.
They're done with carbon fibre, so they're he's
Super
bionic
strong.
now.
Yeah, bionic Scruffy.
And within days, Martin had Scruff up in the air, flying properly with his new tail feathers.
Come on, fella. Good boy.
For the past few weeks, Scruff has been building up his flying muscles in preparation for today, because Scruff and Martin are about to face their biggest challenge yet. To stand a chance of surviving in the wild, Scruff needs to be able to glide on the rising thermals of warm air while hunting, a job that would have been taught by his mother. So, as his surrogate parent, Martin is stepping in.
If I just show him where the lift is, it's just a plan, he should be able to work out what's going on.
And for this lesson, Martin needs to be in the sky, showing Scruff how to do it.
Go, go, go!
Woohoo! Yay!
Come on, up you come. Yay! Come on, buddy.
All those months of hard training are paying off. Scruff is gliding with Martin.
Wait for me, Scruff.
They're together flying for half an hour when Martin decides, for the moment, to leave Scruff where he belongs, in the air.
It was a beautiful thing to witness, I have to say. It was just awesome seeing the two of you flying together. It was really amazing.
So it was actually nice seeing him right up next to me as well, and he was looking around. I was shouting at him, and he was looking up to me, and he got 137 feet above the ground, so
Right, OK.
which is
something,
about
isn't it?
136 more than he did last year.
And what about the future for Scruffy? Are you going to keep an eye on him?
Yeah, he's got a GPS on him, and he's got a radio transmitter on him, so I'll be able to tell where he is.
So, after a bad start as a chick, thanks to his adopted dad, Scruff is starting to learn all those life lessons he'll need to survive in the wild.
Well, since then, Martin has taken off the tracker and released him into the wild, and this is the moment that he said goodbye to Scruff. Oh, there he goes.
Look at that. What a helping hand he's offered that bird. Beautiful. Beautiful.